All right, now what we're gonna do first is we're gonna go ahead and weigh ourselves, so that way Chat GPT can get a very accurate look at how to structure your workout plan for you. So we're gonna go get our height. We're gonna go take our actual like be real. We're gonna take our actual height. I'm gonna put it on there for you guys to see. We're gonna take our actual weight. We're gonna take our goal weight. Okay, and then once we get that stuff, we're gonna come back and we're gonna plug it into ChatGPT so it can give us a accurate outlook at what type of what type of workouts we're gonna do, and the intensity of it, and how long it's gonna take us to actually reach our goal at that point. So well, let's go ahead and do that, and then we'll come back. All right, guys, if you're starting over the new year and you don't know what to do, I'm going to show you the exact prompt I use to make ChatGPT build my workout plan. Okay, so now that we have our height and our weight and all those things, we're going to go ahead and I typed out a prompt already. So we're just going to go ahead. So we're going to put act as a verified certified fitness coach. Build me a 4-week beginner to intermediate weight loss workout plan using progressive overload. My stats, and this is where you're going to put your stats, like your height. So I'm going to go ahead and put my height 5 feet 6 inches. Where's the feet one on this thing? Okay. Boom. There we go. We're going to put our weight. So my current weight is 197.4. And then we're going to go ahead and put our age. And then, alright. And then we're going to put, this is my goal. So my goal is to lose fat, but you could put whatever you want, build muscle, whatever it is. And you put your goal weight. So my goal weight would be 175. And I just chose that just because I want to lose like 20 to 25 pounds. So 175. And then you're going to put I can train. How many days out of the week can you train? Right. So we're going to start off slow. Going to start off easy. So just going to go ahead and put, can work out 5 days a week. 4, and then I'll just put something, 1 hour. 1 hour, 30 minutes, whatever you want to put. And then right here, I'm not going to put this because mine is a lot longer. So you're just going to go ahead and put your equipment. For right now, I'm just going to put no equipment just because some of you may not have any equipment. And we'll go ahead and, I don't know how to spell. All right, limitations. I don't have any limitations. If you do, this is where you're going to put that. So I'm going to put limitations, none. So we're going to make it simple and realistic. Include weekly schedule, exercise set, reps, rest times, and a progressive rule each week, right? So once you load that up in a ChatGPT, it's going to submit. It's going to tell you. Now I have the paid version. I recommend if you use ChatGPT a lot, you're going to use the paid. You have the paid version already, and I think it's just overall better. All right, so here's the plan it made for us. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Okay, now here, if some of you may have put like a little thing into your ChatGPT, like a little prompt. So mine, all I did was I just asked it to challenge me a little bit on when I ask questions. So that's all that is right here. Okay, so now we get into the workout plan. So here we go. This is it right here. So we're going to do a full 4-week beginner to intermediate body weight fat loss plan. See, our frequency is 5 to 7 days. Anywhere from 55 to 60 minutes is the session length. And this is our focus: fat loss, muscle retention, and conditioning. We're going to do full body conditioning. And then here we go. Look. So we got Monday we're training, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday we're rest, walking. Or you could change it on your own, right? So you could put Monday full body, maybe Tuesday you want to rest, and then Thursday, you do your conditioning, or Wednesday, whatever. So you switch it around as you go. So here's a warm up. So we're gonna warm up. Gives you jumping jacks, arm circles, hip circles, all that. And the good thing about ChatGPT is, if we want, we could go in here and we could say, maybe I don't like doing jumping jacks. Maybe I don't like the way I feel when I'm jumping in the air, right? So we could either take that off, or we could say a substitute for jumping jacks that doesn't, make us jump in the air or whatever. Could adjust it as we go. Okay, so for full body A, this is for Monday. We're gonna go ahead and do 3 sets of push-ups, 8 to 12 reps, and we're gonna rest for 60 seconds, right? And then next one, and then after that, that's day 1 right there, right? You're already done with that one. Okay, this is day 2, pull, legs, right? So we're gonna do all of these. And like I said, if for any reason you don't like it, we can go back and we could tell chat, okay, I don't want the calf raises, don't want the push-ups, don't want the lunges, or whatever. Or sometimes what I do, and as you'll see on the board, is it'll give me a certain workout, and I'll go ahead and just cross it out and put like a workout that I like, that's fun, that also incorporates the same muscle group, right? Has a couple circuits in there. That's good, especially when we're losing weight right here. And then it gives you a weekly progression rules, right? So week 1, you're just establishing your base, right? Because we're barely starting to work out. So we're barely starting to work out. We're not sure what to do. I know, at least for me, I'm gonna go. I go on YouTube in between and I look up, okay, what is this? What is that? I might go and I look up, high knees. How to do that properly. Bodyweight squats, how to do that properly. What are mountain climbers, right? Because I'm barely starting, so this is the stuff that, we're going to be learning. Volume 2, week 2, week 3, it's going to get a little harder. And then week 4 is going to be a little harder, right? Expect results if diet is reasonable. 4 weeks. So in 4 weeks, you should lose 3 to 5 pounds of fat. And this is what you should be experiencing, right? And then it's going to ask you some other stuff too, like, oh, if you want, this plan needs this and that, and it's going to need a diet that we'll get into more, but this is just basically a whole workout plan that it'll give you. It's as easy as that, right? You're just going to copy this prompt right here, and you're going to put in what you need, right? So that's the end of my video. And yeah, go ahead and do this. And then in my next video, we're going to go ahead and figure out a diet plan, right? So jot this down, put it in there. And yeah, basically a full workout plan for you that ChatGPT generated for you in like less than a minute, right? And the plan here, guys, is not to go in here and be like, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that, I don't want to do that, I don't want, and go ahead and totally like put your own and just get way far ahead of yourself, right? Let's go ahead and try the workouts. If we don't like them, then that's when we go ahead and we change them. We're not going to change them right away unless you have those limitations. Say, for instance, your knees are bad and it's going to recommend you to jump or use your knees, which it shouldn't, but if it does, then go ahead. But our main emphasis is getting up and moving, right? So that's all we need to do. All right, so after you go ahead and finish with all that, it's going to give you your workout plan, just like we discussed. You're going to let it know your current weight, what you want to get to, how many times a day you can train, and the time frames that you can train. And then it's going to give you, the days, and then whichever day you're doing, like Tuesday, Wednesday, skipping Thursday, doing Friday, whatever it is. And then I just title it day 1, and then, lower body. And then this is what it gives me. A lot of times it'll say barbell, dumbbell. I just change it to whatever I feel comfortable with. and then I go ahead and I write everything down. And then in the red, that's what I started off at, and then this is what I'm at now. So just a little progression to help you, get motivated to know that you started here and went to this weight. So it's basically gonna do all that, and then you're gonna go ahead and so I also included tips here. So Roman deadlift, we're gonna do 4 sets of 8, and then here's some notes like stretch hamstrings, bar starts at thighs, soft knees, neutral spine, whatever it wants to give you, right? And then this is my phase 1 because I'm doing it in 8 weeks. This is weeks 1 and 2. And then these are my daily warm-ups: banded glute bridge, banded ladder walk, and dead bug. And it shouldn't feel easy, right? Same thing, sets, notes, all that. And then, you could just add your own little style to it. You could do, 2 options. Maybe one day you're feeling, you want to do option A, stationary bike. Option B, you want to do the treadmill, some notes, and then a circuit in there too. Like this one, we're doing 2 or 3 rounds of cable, pallet press, side plank, farmer carry. You just execute those. Do this one, and then after do this one, and after do this one, and then you'll probably rest for like a minute or so. Probably no more than that, but yeah. So this is everything it'll give you, and then you just go ahead and start executing, right? All this planning is not going to work unless we actually do the Roman deadlifts. We're doing 4x8. We're listening to the notes. We're doing the dumbbell hip thrust that it gives us, the Bulgarian split squats, doing the notes, following everything that it gives you, right? Because I want to focus more on my cardio and my core section, my midsection right here. And you could just, whatever you feel like. You feel like, at least for me, I want to help get a tighter core, slim down on my core right here, and build more in my legs, primarily my glutes, because they are really, really lacking. So that's why you see a lot of deadlifts, cable pull throughs. You see a lot of banded ladder walks, glute bridges, all that. And then it went ahead and incorporated what I already have. So okay, now I'm gonna give you guys a little tour of my garage/gym. Right here we have the treadmill. It's just standard treadmill. No need to explain all that. Here are my plates for the barbell. Here's some dumbbells. And right here is some adjustable dumbbells. I like them because they don't take up too much space and you can adjust them as you go, right? Here's the easy bar right here. Here's like a band for your glutes. Here's my little area where I got some attachments, some other stuff. Here's the cable pull down machine. So this does all your cable work. The attachments are right there. More cable work over here. So that's the cable machine. And then this is the squat rack right here. So nothing fancy, nothing crazy. It's just it's what it is. So you could go ahead and input all that in the chat. You put the treadmill, easy bar, you could put the weights you have for the the barbell, you could put the weights you have for those here, put the weights, everything. Put everything in there. All of it. You want to get all of it in there. If you have certain attachments, like you have, for your, I don't even know what these are called, actually. I don't even know what these really are called. I forget. All these things that you can include that you have or that you don't have. So there's some things that I don't have, and it, and it'll adjust, like the core finisher, the front plank helps with your abs and just your stability. And I don't have nothing, so it just does a plank. So all of these are exercises you can do with weights, without weights, and it personally will give you workouts based on what type of equipment you have, which could be none. It'll still do it. It could be a full gym, and it'll do that as well. Tuesday, Wednesday comes around to do the lower body, and my legs are just trashed. There's no way I'm gonna be able to do all of these. So then it just messes up the whole thing, delays the whole process. Next thing you know, you're back on the couch just sore for, the whole 2 weeks, and it just slows down and delays your process. So don't get discouraged at first if you notice, you're doing little weights here and there. I'm 15 pounds, 15 pounds, starting off 10 pounds. Like I said, there's even times where I do the back squat and there's nothing. I'm just doing air squats, you know, doing 5 of them, 5 reps of 5 sets of 5, and just, it's a progress. It's not an overnight thing. It's going to take time. It's going to take effort. And it's going to take a lot of planning, but I would say, like, just doing the work. Just doing the work. Because you could plan all you want. Plan. Do all this. Get your diet, all that. And it's not going to work if you don't actually put in that sweat equity, right? So that's it. All of this was through ChatGPT. Put your weight, how many days a week you can work out, your time sessions, the workouts you're gonna do, how many weeks you want, the certain phases that you might want if you're a little bit more experienced, some warm ups, and I always suggest stretching before you go ahead and work